Everything is going extremely well.
And now, showtime.
Everybody, welcome to the show today. I have a voice again. Fantastic. All right. So if you're new to this, remember that you can always ask questions. And if at any point in time in the week you have asked a question on any video, know that this call, this live chat that we have every Friday, this community that we have here, we go through all of the questions. So today I'm going to give you some really simple action items of what I've learned after spending well over $1 billion on Facebook to help you understand the 5 simple things that you can do on a daily basis to just do much better at what you're taking care of in your account. The honest truth is that 99% of advertisers, well, they misunderstand the 2 most important things: how to cut costs and how to scale spend. So we're going to address a lot of that today, plus get to all of your comments from the last week, every question on the live chat, and take it from there. Plus, we'll highlight a few members from Disruptor Academy and a couple of wins because, hey, it's all about winning here. So with that being said, let's get into it. If you're watching now, let me know where you're at. Show me in the world. And remember that if you've asked a question at any point in time during the week, this live call is where we answer them all live from me to you. And yeah, let's get into it today, okay? So let's try to talk about why, hey, Tikas, right? I'm almost there, buddy. Let's talk about why your ad account feels harder than it should be. Raise your hand if this sounds like you. You log into your ad account. You tweak budgets. You kill ads. You duplicate winners. And somehow it still seems fragile. Like if you stop touching it for 48 hours, everything's going to collapse. That's stress. It's not because you're bad at ads. It's because you're playing the wrong game. So in this video, I'm going to show you the top 5 ways. I'm going to show you 5 ways to stop fighting the machine and start training it. They might not be the top 5. No, this is not a pre-recorded live, Preston. That's about all the proof. I'm watching Finland and Canada play semifinals over there on the TV. Okay. Is that I got some money on USA to win, so I'm really hoping Finland knocks Canada out because then it's like USA all day. Anyway, Olympic hockey. There we go. So let's talk about why are my CPMs so high? You post content, you boost conversion campaigns, you spend money behind stuff, you wait, and nothing improves. And you think, well, I just need better creatives. I just need more budget. That's the default thinking. Here's the problem. You're essentially asking for marriage on the first date. You're trying to fuck at hello. Instead, something I do every single day, and you should probably do too, is run engagement campaigns on every organic Instagram post. Not because engagement is the goal, but because you're training the machine. You're pushing organic content into real impressions. People engage, they follow, they click. Now the system knows who's interested. And when the system learns, CPMs drop, conversion rates improve, and AOV rises. Because people aren't buying a product. They're buying into a brand the algorithm already understands. You're feeding it market research from real people before you ever ask for the sale. So the action item for you here, from now on, every organic post gets a small engagement campaign behind it. You're not boosting posts, you're building data. As simple as $5 a day and boost every post so far this year. That's plenty. And you can even use an automated rule to stop each post at $5 or $10. And then if you're not posting every day, you'll eventually catch up and you'll turn off every post. And you're going to get a lot of data also on what works and what doesn't. That's something that is an incredibly easy way to teach the machine what to do So you don't have to use engagement. You don't have to use conversion data for the machine to understand who to show the ads to. Let's talk about something else that you all feel. I just need to spend more. But the honest truth is, a lot of folks say, I want to spend 10%. If the honest truth is, if you want 10% more sales, most folks will say, well, I need 10% more budget. But that's lazy math. Getting 10% more sales from the same spend is much easier than getting 10% more sales with 10% more spend. Because when you increase spend, you also introduce chaos and instability. When you increase intelligence, you increase efficiency. Scaling efficiency, training Facebook to be better is infinitely more valuable than more spend. Spend amplifies, training compounds. So my action item for you, instead of increasing your budget this week, improve the signal quality. Get better engagement seeding. Make sure that you're out of the learning phase. Make sure that you understand your audience. Make the machine smarter before you try to make it louder. Now, if you've been running ads, I'm sure you've been excited. This product is selling right now, and you're trying to get more of it. But the uncomfortable truth is, you don't want the product that just sells today. You want the one that shapes buying behavior tomorrow. Because you're not selling products. You are buying customer journeys. A good product makes revenue. A great product, a great offer, a great media buyer changes who your audience becomes. And when you can shape future behavior, your next launch becomes much easier. Your next retargeting becomes cheaper. Your next campaign converts faster. So my action item for you here is simple. Ask yourself, does this product create repeat buying behavior, or is it a one-time spike? If you optimize for behavior shifts, not revenue spikes, you're going to make a lot more money. So let's talk about another emotion that a lot of people get to. I need better targeting. And honestly, this is one of the biggest myths in paid media. People think I need more control, more filters, more exclusions, more segmentation. But here's what's actually happening. Every ad you run effectively creates its own lookalike audience based on who responds. If you run 5 different creatives, they will all find different pockets of people. Now, there might be a great overlap in the Olympic rings method and format. Framework really helps put all that together inside the playground that you define. And that's why we really only need broad. Because when you restrict targeting, you restrict the system's ability to win. You don't pay Facebook to follow instructions. You pay it to solve problems. So my action item for you is make sure you're running broad, having multiple creatives, and let the ads segment for you. Understand who is buying and why and what their flow is from one ad to another. Stop paying extra for control that reduces performance with exclusions and lookalikes. Like, I want you to think about this. The next time somebody says, I want to use an interest group, understand that interest, the technology behind an interest group, is from a team that hasn't worked at Facebook since 2018. I'll put it this way. Some of those engineers still work there, but they disbanded the team that updates the technology around interest groups. And a lot of that is because they went to other things. And interest groups as a targeting feature was something that a lot of people did research on. And they found that the best performance somebody could expect to see is that 1/3 of the people there were there by mistake. It's really hard technology to put together. The other thing is that talking about something means you're in the interest group. You see things that you're engaging with, positive or negative, right? Social media is a reflection of who we are and how we communicate. And the reason that matters is, let's say you're somebody that says, I don't know, dogs rule and cats drool. Well, that means you're in the cat interest group. Right? It's funny. My buddy Donnie, who's one of the coaches in the in Disruptor Academy and a long time student of mine, mentioned that if I use the LLA acronym to title my lookalike group, does that mean I'm in the Ty Lopez interest? And it probably does. Like it definitely means that you're learning from a scammer. The point is this: interest groups don't work the way you think they do. And half of those people might feel negatively about this. 1/3 of the people might be there by mistake. Half of the people that are in that group might be in it because they feel negatively. And then the remaining group of people, the 1/3 of folks you're paying to reach, might not have any intent. Then you say, well, Charlie, yeah, but we don't use interest groups. We use lookalikes. So 2 things. First, what's the size of your data? Do you have 100 customers? Do you have 1,000 customers? The reason I ask is, how much information do you have to build that lookalike? And if you think of a lookalike not as a targeting audience, but a very expensive exclusion, let's say in the United States, a lookalike audience is about 2.1 million people, a 1% lookalike. How many customers do you think you need to have enough confidence to reliably exclude 198 million people? 100 sales? 1,000 sales? Like, what is the order of magnitude between 5,000 customers and 198 million? You're never going to get there. But if you run it alongside broad, it's always going to do better because it steals the credit from broad. Just like if you run retargeting alongside broad, the retargeting is going to look better because it makes the broad worse. And you have to understand that. Now, the last thing I want to get to here is that emotion of, if I don't manage it daily, it breaks. And the truth is, manual optimization feels like control. You log in, you react to yesterday, you pause this, you boost that, whatever it is, right? You miss a day. Now everything feels unstable. Like you are tied to the laptop like a junkie to their dealer. That's not strategy. That's addiction. That's maintenance. Honestly, that's you being attached to the emotion of pushing the buttons. And as accounts grow, manual management doesn't scale. More campaigns equals more fires. Automation, though, can change the game. It's not hacks. It's guardrails. Rules that can turn off underperforming ads and scale campaigns that work and protect the account. Automation doesn't replace strategy. It removes busy work. When you stop reacting and you start building systems, performance gets calmer. It gets faster. It gets more profitable. So an action item I want for you today is write down every manual task you do weekly. Write down every single move that you make each day. Pausing ads, scaling budgets, checking spend, all of that stuff. Circle the ones that happen the same way every time. Those are your first automation candidates. Find a way to build a simple rule that should fire every single time, and then use automated rules to get the job done. Now, here's the shift. Stop trying to control the machine. Start training it. Stop chasing hacks. Start building systems. When you move from reaction to education, your account will stop feeling fragile. And it's going to start feeling inevitable. It's going to start having momentum. Honestly, you're going to make way more money by working a lot less. Now, if you found this helpful, next time maybe we'll dive into how to design proper automation guardrails properly so scaling doesn't feel stressful. Because I think in the real edge in media buying, the real edge isn't control. It's not needing to have control. And I know I mentioned it earlier, but the Olympic rings stuff, it's something we talked about in the video that went live this week. So I highly recommend you check that out. And with that being said, I want to take a quick moment to just give some shout outs to some Disruptor Academy members for the week. And then we're going to pull up the YouTube comment section and any questions you all have. And thank you. Great to see that I have my voice back. Yeah, I tell you, that was brutal. But yeah, so let's do this real quick. I just want to highlight some VIPs. So let's do that today, okay? We're going to highlight my pet peed shorts. Is that you, Jarrett? If it's you, I didn't know you had a shorts channel, but I'm very happy about what's going on here. Rocket ship to the moon, baby. Okay, so here we go. And you can tell that like I'm still not totally there. But I just want to point out, Steven and Daniel joined the VIP this week. So love this. This guy joined on the 16th, and 2 days later, because we've been using 365 days, it took him 2 days to join the free tier to jump up to the full VIP. Hi, Jared. Steven joined on the 18th, and the next day joined VIP. It makes me so happy. And let's get to the premium, see what we got here. So this week, Zach joined premium. Khaled joined premium. Raheel joined premium. Oh, man. Abdul Bosit joined premium. We're on the 20th, so we got to the 13th. Preston joined premium. So we got a lot of folks. Phil, Ani, Carson, Yaren, Stevie, Noah, Cody, Guy, Angel. Blake, Emil, Samuel, Jared, Alex, Hamza, William, Stephen, Kip, Victor, Edward, Jason, Phil, Eduardo. I just want to take a moment to all of the members to say thank you so much. And it means a lot to me. And the DMs are just blowing up. And I will say, the amount of folks that are jumping into here that say that they've come from Ben Heath's one-on-one program and found that, sorry, Ben, that they didn't like the fact that the folks didn't really seem to know what they were doing, and the feedback loop took way too long, and just it was a really bad experience, I think, for a lot of folks. Ben is great. If you don't know how to run an ad, he can help you. As soon as you know how to manage the account, it's time to evolve. And also a lot of folks that came from Jeremy Haynes and Daniel Fazio and Sam Paliero. Like, I don't know what it is, but those four dudes have been tremendous for my funnel. And I don't think it hurts that I've done some reaction videos on a few of those. But Daniel, I think, is going to be the next one because, yeah, apparently there's a lot of people really frustrated with it. So let's take a quick moment to just acknowledge the chat. Hi, Johan. Hi, Tikas. Preston. Nope. Aman. Hey, you're in. Awesome. Yeah, I learned the hard way over a week, but back to normal now. Yeah, right. Tikas. Oh my God. Great to see voices back. Thank you. Yeah, my pet shorts. Yeah. All right, everybody. Let's get into it today. So let's see. Thanks for all your value. I pray you feel better soon. Thank you so much. I'm writing a CBO for digital books. One campaign is 3 ad sets. Each ad set is for a different book. Okay. With creatives tailored to that book, new angles, etc. With 100 to 300 euro a day budget, is it better to keep multiple books inside of one CBO or one CBO per each book? Also, for top countries, should I bundle them into each ad set or split by book? Here's what I'm thinking. This goes for anybody with multiple products, whether you print on demand or selling books. I get a lot of the book stuff. I think people are bailing on Amazon and coming to me, which is great. If your products all have the same price point, if the customer journeys are all essentially of the same value, then I'm totally fine. I'm totally fine putting them in the same campaign. If they don't have the same value, then I would challenge the idea that you need to promote all of them. You only really need to promote the thing that's best at acquiring future revenue. So I would be really mindful of making sure that we are putting our time and effort where it's got the most value for what we're doing. I think that's the biggest bit of feedback that I want to make sure we give everybody. So with that in mind, if these books all have the same value to you, then you're just trying to sell a book, just like you're trying to sell a t-shirt or whatever it happens to be. Now, as far as countries go, in this environment, if all the books have the same price and the customers are basically of the same value, I would have a tier 1 campaign for your best markets and a tier 2 campaign for the cheaper markets. Maybe it's worldwide, and then you've got United States, Canada, UK, and Australia, New Zealand, something like that. Those would be 2 separate campaigns. And I wouldn't have different ad sets for each book because the product is a 1990, let's say the product is a $25 digital thing or physical thing. The actual definition of what that SKU is doesn't really matter. Your books are just a variance of a product. So I'm not really worried about anything else. So I hope that helps. Boom, boom. Them experts first start the creative agency, then start a Facebook ad agency. Yeah, that absolutely happens. Or they go in reverse. That's what Taylor Holiday did. He started an agency and then built a strategy around manufacturing ad fatigue. And then with Nick Shackelford built a creative agency. The creative agency is actually fairly decent. His Common Thread Collective strategy agency is dog shit, and he finally sold it. So good for him. Took him 5 years to get a check smaller than what he was offered in COVID, and I don't think he'll ever emotionally recover from that. Thanks for sharing the 322 method. If I was launching a new CBO with 3 new concepts, would I launch 3 separate 322s? Yes. Hey, Charlie. I was wondering, I was regularly increasing budget until Jan, then I stopped due to a little disturbance in Feb, which we expected, and we've talked about it on this channel. Inside Disruptor Academy, by the way, which you can link down here, we have a digital marketing calendar, so you know exactly what to expect each month. The folks in the Academy knew 9 months ago that February was going to be tough at the beginning. It happens constantly, and if you want to know what's going to happen in March, April, May, the Academy is a great place to make sure that you're on top of that and know what to be planning on, what the strategy should be to make sure it's not a problem for you. If my CPA increases by 28% and my AOV also increases by 15, due to that, my GPT increased by 20. Well, if your GPT increased by 20, I don't give a fuck what your CPA is. If you're making 20% more money per sale, you should be spending more money. That's what it's all about, Aman. All right, help me out here, buddy. Throw it in the chat. I don't know where the names stop. Is it Aman or is it Aman Ka? It feels to me like it's Aman Ka Shiap, but I don't know. Let me know, buddy. Yeah, I've been experiencing the February dip. Yeah, everybody has. Really interesting and helpful. So glad. Bro, you sound like a Giga Chad now. Is that because of my voice or what, Johan? Let me know. Quick question. I tried adding ads to middle funnel, but it did fill for 2 days, but now it's totally prospecting. But it improved the results a bit. Should launch another ad to fill the middle funnel as I don't have any ad filling the funnel. Don't worry about managing your funnel. Worry about the problems that you have. But it improved the results a bit. Awesome. Don't launch something else to get in the way of those improved results. Flexible. 3, then ads are shown as a carousel. What about that? Mindful detailing. Yes, they're shown as a carousel. Aman. Okay, see, that's what I thought it was. It's Aman. Okay, awesome. And when you launch a flexible ad, you are gonna see a carousel. Absolutely. Now, here's the thing. You are the person in the world most interested in your ads. You are going to see ads that 99.9% of people will never see. I get it. You're like, my carousels look like shit. Okay, but the machine has been showing you every other ad and you haven't bought yet. The machine is struggling to show you something you're going to be interested in because you've clicked on everything. You've been to the site. They know you're interested, but you haven't fired the pixel event. Nobody else has that experience with your brand. So nobody else is getting these really shitty ads. And to make that point, don't complain about problems that you don't have in your own experience. So put a separate way, how often do you see carousels from 322 ads in your account? We know thousands and thousands of people, dozens, maybe hundreds of thousands of people at this point are running 322 ads, right? I mean, I invented it, 4 years ago, 5 years ago? It is standard practice. Odds are you're probably seeing ads from hundreds of brands that are using it, but you don't see any carousels. The only ones you see are from your business. So don't worry about it. First person to help me understand meta ads. Well, I'm glad. Welcome to the party. You're always talking about 322, but I've never explained what it means. Yeah, he explains so many times, but he describes it in this video. Yeah, I don't know, Nick. I do have a plan. I'm scripting a full 322 Olympic rings creative strategy video, which should come out in the next couple of weeks. So for those of you that apparently are watching all this stuff and not getting the message, Nick, I'm going to help you out. All right, we got something in the chat here. Here we go. What is reason behind creating one campaign structure? Okay. Now, it's going to be tough to answer this briefly, but in the simplest way, Facebook is a machine learning algorithm. It's based on the volume and stability of data to produce a consistent end user experience, because Facebook's business, their product, is the quality of the end user experience on their platform. If somebody logs into Facebook or Instagram or whatever and doesn't like it, they'll go someplace else. They'll go to TikTok, they'll go to YouTube, whatever it happens to be, Snapchat or whatever. The reason for one campaign is so that you can put as much data into one place. Think of a campaign as your sales manager. It's your employee. Do you want to have 100 employees that you don't train and complain about the work in your business not being done well? Or do you want an absolute fucking gangster spending the majority of your money, and then your entire job is just help them be better at what they do? There's no valid reason to be running tons of campaigns. And I have a video also that's coming out. I think the intro on it is something like, agency gurus are constantly talking about complex campaigns, stuff like that, where basically Sam Piliero did the one campaign is stupid video. And then I commented on it, and it was his most popular video because he's just talking shit about me. And then I did a reaction video, which was my most popular video because I was putting back to fiction. And now I'm going to make a video because, fun fact, I have a lot of Sam's former clients and students in my community. I've been fixing his problems for months now. And I work with a business, and we spent a couple $100,000 doing it his way. And yeah, we had to fix it. So we're going to break down why testing campaigns and scaling campaigns are fucking stupid. We're going to talk about why running ABO makes no goddamn sense. We're going to talk about a lot of that stuff. So anyway, more on that in the next week. I think that video should be out by the end of next week. Can catalog work as prospecting? Absolutely. It's called DABA. Also, when I shared in the community that my budget increased by 3x in 4 months and AOV increased by 70%, all thanks to you. Thank you so much, dude. And honestly, we should hop on a chat. I think a lot of people would love to know your experience. So if you're down for it, DM me in the community and we'll bring it on up. For my account, when campaign structure working well, awesome. Yeah, your account happens to exist on Meta, so it's gonna work well. Just don't fix problems you don't have. Okay, let's see. Boom. We gotta plow through some more of these things because it's already 30 minutes after. Thanks for creating the one campaign structure. You're welcome. And I'll tell you, I didn't start off doing the one campaign structure. But then again, I started off before there was a Facebook pixel. So yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad it's working for you. Hey, Charlie, hope you get your voice back soon. I mentioned audience segments from Meta dashboard aren't accurate. If that's the case, how would you know who my Meta ads are being shown to? and this is when you go into Meta and it says new audience, engaged audience, existing customers, stuff like that. Understand that that is very low integrity data. That is very bad information. If you want to know more about why, check out the video here for this creative strategy video. Either way, if you want to know who your ads are being shown to, that's what a 4PI analysis is for. Spend, frequency, CPM, and efficiency. If you use a third-party tool to track new customers and repeat sales and all of that stuff, you can get even better at optimizing for new stuff. I see so many folks saying, well, we have to exclude folks because look at this number on this thing that says new customers are only getting this much. And then we need to get new sales. Like, why not just target new customers with the optimization event? Again, we're going to have a whole video where I think I'm just going to pull up screenshots of Sam Piliero ad accounts and Jeremy Haynes and Daniel Fazio and Ben Heath and all of that stuff and just be like explaining the problems they're creating and why it doesn't really make sense. It's essentially a strategy video plus a combo reaction video. It'll be fun. Great video and absolute respect. Thank you so much. This great video, very well explained. Thank you so much. All right, let's keep going through here. Thank you so much for the GPT edition. Such a game changer. By the way, in the chat, let me know, everybody, hit the comment section on this. Would you like to see me make a video just on how to make the ideal dashboard inside of your Meta ads? It feels like an easy video for me to make and a hyper valuable one for you to see. And look, if it's really easy to make, I'll make it. Like, I got no problem making easy videos. I like this style video. Good way to just get people thinking critically about different perspectives. Love that. Thank you so much for seeing it that way, Richard. Channeling Godfather today. Yeah. I'm not able to access school. I don't know why, but it should be back on. Get well soon. Thank you so much. How well does this work when you are a retailer in a large niche catalog where the same product can be bought on internet and Amazon? I mean, this strategy works the same for everybody regardless. However, if you're a large niche catalog, I think the reason you're going to be focusing on pushing hero products is because you know the products that people buy from you that are most likely to drive second sales. And if you don't know that, check out Disruptor Tools. The hero offer intelligence will tell you that in a snap. You upload your receipts. It tells you what most commonly is the first purchase when somebody buys from you, and what is their most common second purchase, and how long it takes, and what the overall AOV is between the first and second sale. Then you just pick the one with the highest gap between AOV and CPA with the shortest timeline and the most amount of people buying again. Then you improve your gross profit per transaction. You get more repeat sales. You become less dependent on first order profitability, and you start scaling your business instead of complaining that Facebook is unstable because you're creating fatigue. Can you show examples of some skincare businesses? I started a new business, tried the 3-2-2 structure, but I got really extremely high CPMs. Also running a low budget seems impossible on Meta. Meta is not going to work for a low budget. I don't agree that it's not going to work for a low budget. In fact, inside Disruptor Academy, we have a full course that's free, Kevin, on the low budget, how to crush Facebook ads on a low budget. I saw Ben Heath do a video how to crush Google ads on a low budget, and I thought it was great. I saw he made one for Facebook, and I thought it was terrible. So I made a much better one and gave real world examples for more than a few ideas. We have a series of real life situations explaining. Hold on a sec. A-Track, we're going to be chatting in what? An hour? I'm excited. We're going to have a series of real life business situations explaining LTV, PSM, second purchase rate, and how it will bank account. Maybe with Disruptor Academy. Yeah, I think that'd be awesome for Disruptor Academy. That feels like a full course in Disruptor Academy. The honest truth is, Shrek, I think that's super valuable. I think it's really important. I think it'll be super in depth. And I think that's why if I make it as a YouTube video, nobody will watch it. But inside Disruptor Academy, the people that are actually serious about being successful, they'll eat it up and they'll love it. So it's funny. The YouTube folks just want the easy win. So my focus here on YouTube is to earn your trust, get you easy wins, get you into Disruptor Academy. So if you're serious about doing successful things with your ads, I don't have to compete with the YouTube algorithm to earn your attention and try to hack your whatever. You're already in. You've made the commitment to being successful. And that commitment can be made for free. Disruptor Academy has a free tier. A lot of folks have joined, like we talked about earlier, the guy that joined VIP, the two guys that joined VIP this week joined for free. And in a matter of days, hit the annual plan, which is fucking incredible. Remember, in the annual plan, you can send me a Loom twice a month with your ad account, just ask questions. You'll get feedback from me. And sometimes those feedback sessions are like 20 or 30 minutes. I'm 1900. I no longer do consulting calls for folks. If you're in the MBA program, you can buy one-on-one time. It is $5,000 for 3 hours. Or you can join the academy, and for a little over $1,000, you could get 20 or 30 minutes a couple times a month for a year. Just saying. All right. Hope you feel better. Get well soon. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself first. Yeah, I need to do better at that. I love it. At 6 minutes and 38 seconds. I know who that could be. Yeah, go watch this video at 6 minutes and 38 seconds. Go watch this video and guess who it is. If you get it right, you said when will be the next giveaway. If you go to this video, copy the new Meta Ads creative strategy, you'll blow up your business. Go to that video and guess who the agency is that I'm talking about at 6 minutes and 38 seconds. If you get it right, I'll do something special for you. All right? Oh, what just happened? Okay, we don't need to. Okay, huge respect for you, Charlie, but the 322 method doesn't work out here. It just underperformed by normal ads and A/B tests. I'm making 8 to 10K in revenue, but for a brand I created. Guess Meta doesn't have fixed rules. What works for me may not work for others and vice versa, but an exception to that, everything you speak worked really well for me. Huge thanks. Here's the thing. 322 ads also require a bit of nuance and to set them up right. What I love most is that you're winning. And my thing is, look, if my advice is helping you win, don't be in a rush to do things better. Be in a rush to spend more. If you're making 8 to 10K a day, jump into the academy and let's help you get to 15 to 20 a day. And at that point, the MBA just makes a ton of sense. It'll pay for itself in like a week. And you're going to be talking about spending 8 to 10K a day. Let's go to Panda's World, which we have a couple people in the chat here that are spending 8, trying to get to 20. And we know they're going to do it, which is amazing. Panda's World, salt, sir, with a grain of salt. That's how you pick up these info. As he always says, Facebook software, just like Candy Crush. Fun fact, I also worked on bringing Candy Crush to the United States. I worked on that campaign when it was launched. Ad accounts don't behave differently for different people. The key is the user input. Charlie is, in my opinion, the best out there. But you just heard him talk about a business that almost failed, doing only $30 million a year. I do 322 and it works for me. He also preaches broad. Hey, I love it. Bro, got a voice update, right? Really contrary to each and every other YouTuber. Yeah, I think most. Although there are a lot of YouTubers that listen to me that are doing really well. Somebody who's listened to me for years, Nick Terrio, does pretty well. Also, Spencer, the GOAT at school with the Evolve group, longtime student. So anyway, there's some folks that are paying attention. My latest discovery: speed of your website, number of ads, and combination of countries will greatly affect your ad performance. Yeah, new ads keep your number between 3 and 5 unless your daily budget is 200 plus. There you go. Respect for not letting the voice stop you. Thank you so much. I got 13 likes. I appreciate that. Bro's nearly dying, still on the grind. Yeah. The voice. Get well soon. Thank you guys. Cook that fraud, so arrogant and cocky to boot. Yeah. Yeah, he is arrogant and cocky. But watch this video. I think there's a lot to learn from why Jeremy Haynes is actually really bad and why his clients can be successful anyway. There's a lot to learn in that, which is why I really enjoyed that. Been trying to get in Disruptor for 2 days. Hopefully you're in better leads. If I say, there's the thing, Donnie. All right. My question would be how to determine what is bad in the funnel, especially with small budgets. Hey, like if you're running $25 a day with 2-3-2-2 ads, I think my biggest focus for you is going to be figuring out how to get more volume in what you're doing. And you sell something that people tend to need right away. I got it. It's for a lead gen store, but I guess first thing would have to be track the customers. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot in here. My recommendation, post your stuff organically. See what works well. And based on that, you can probably get a few insights on what you should be doing elsewhere. My 2 cents. Trying to get in your community better leads. I hope you got in. If you haven't, let me know. Zach Boykin, which we just saw, community member, love the content. I don't have anything to promote specifically. However, I do want to continue learning for you. If you kindly accept my school request, Zach, we did request you, and now you're a paying member. I love it. Jeremy getting smoked here. Yeah, like a fat blunt and white. And Jeremy gets smoked like marijuana in a cipher at a Wu-Tang concert. Lenny, these people at this point are just asking ChatGPT for video scripts. I don't know that he's doing that. Maybe. I think he's really committed to what he's doing. And I don't think he really cares to know why it's bad because his clients are successful in spite of his advice. So he's getting this false positive based feedback loop. Got $100 still scale? Absolutely. Cooked him in the act. Yeah. It's like playing roulette with the eyes closed until he gets a win. Yeah. This is really good because I was watching Jeremy's videos. Well, I'm glad it helps. Another bombshell. I love it. I'm running inbound call campaigns. I don't know what strategy. Read John Loomer. Yeah, John Loomer is really smart. Another guy that may or may not have been paying attention to somebody on this side of the camera for a while. But yeah, love John Loomer. What a bloodbath. Absolute massacre. Yeah. Jeremy brings a certain energy and vibe. And I match it. I can go toe-to-toe with anyone. And it's fun to out-crazy a crazy person. Only to use facts and data and logic when someone else is just using ego and holding up rings on his fingers. Oh, if your flex is the size of the ring on your finger as a bro, I'll put it this way. I was not shocked to find out he has very rich clients who don't need him and he lives in Florida. 100 group with Charles. Thank you so much. One thing was consistent in my business. Broad targeting outperforms manual setups. Absolutely. I already made lots of ads with tons of variables. What should I do? Only running 5 ads now. Flexible. I have 5 more packs ready. If you don't need them, don't use them. And Chord Keys, I really think you would benefit from checking out the video we launched this week on the creative strategy thing. I think it will help tremendously for you understanding kind of what to do in that case. That's not testing. That's going to fucking Vegas. What do you mean audience overlap doesn't matter? We know ads are going to overlap. In fact, no ad exists in isolation. In fact, audience overlap is a feature, not a bug. You want ads to be shown, multiple ads to be shown to people. In fact, that's how the machine works. So I don't care that about audience overlap. If audience overlap is a problem for you because you've got 7 campaigns going, you can't figure out who's in what, then the problem isn't audience overlap. The problem is your architecture creates a system that doesn't allow you to have good data. If audience overlap is a problem, it's operator error in the architecture. Agent girls do anything to make the report looks good. This is the dumbest structure I've seen in a long time. Yeah. Bro, tell me about it. Hey, man. Prove Academy Disruptor, Daniel. I think we did, and I think you came in, and I think you're now paying a premium member. I love it. True, love it. Interested. I think these old shorts are getting pumped. But yeah, let's see. Thank you for providing value, Charlie. Do you recommend excluding 180-day buyer audience and the Klaviyo buyer list from acquisition campaigns? No. I still have a small budget with around 4,000 past customers. At the moment, a repeat repurchase rate of 20%. No. Let's say, for instance, 100% of your customers see your ads twice a day. Let's say you got a CPM of $10. That's $10 to reach 1,000 people, $40 to reach 4,000 people, $80 to reach each of them twice a day. Now, a small budget, let's say it's $200. At $200, that's less than 50% of your money, and that requires every single customer to see every single ad you run twice a day, every single day, which won't happen because that'll give the machine, that'll give the end users a bad experience. If people don't want to click on your ads, if people don't go to your website, if they're not interested in what you're doing, the machine won't show them your ads because it's a bad experience for them. We have to remember that I think a lot of folks look at ads through the lens of like, what would I do? Right. And that's fair, right? People look at the world in the experience of the way that they perceive it, right? And you see this all over the place, right? Like you view things as like, well, this is what I would do. So that's what would happen. And that'll happen in relationships. That'll happen anywhere because it's what makes sense. I think it's hard for people to say, well, that's not the way I think about it. That's not what I would do. Or really, in looking at a situation, they're looking at their goals as what's going to be done by whatever they're doing. So my point is, you would think, oh, if I'm trying to spend money, I don't want my 4,000 customers seeing my ads. But if you understand that you're not the one serving the ads, you're the one spending the money, and your business partner, the one that is serving the ads, their goal is to give the end user a positive experience. And it's a really bad experience for somebody that has no interest in buying a product to just see ads from the brand every single day. So remember, that is the exclusion. The exclusion is your content not appealing to people that don't want to buy. If your content is really appealing to people that aren't going to buy, or if existing customers enjoy your content, even though they're not going to purchase again, you have a content problem. I would definitely not pay more money to exclude folks because that'll also raise your CPMs. Just so I don't have to address a content problem. And if I don't have a business results problem, I'm not going to try to fix problems I don't have. So for me, I would not exclude these people, and I would see what I can do to get this 20% up. In fact, Disruptor Tools, the Hero Offer Intelligence, will absolutely help you get this 20% up. You can find what are the 3 or 4 products when I sell it to somebody and it's their first sale with me. What are 3 or 4 products that have a 30 or 40% repurchase rate? What if we only promoted those? This number is going to move real fast. Hey, Charlie, how do I create a catalog ads that test and scale using 322? Catalog ads don't exist in a 322. They're separate. And I have a whole playlist on catalog ads, but I realize very few people go to YouTube and run with the playlist. So I probably need to do another like full course video on catalogs. And I've done an hour and a half. I think I did a 2.5 hour long course video on it, but it's something I'm gonna have to approach again. So I'll have to do that. Is the 5% budget increase applicable on daily spends less than 100? Absolutely. Do it for $5 a day. I have a brand where we're doing product testing, spending $25 a day for a supplement business. We're doing a 5% budget increase. Yeah. from starting $15 a day and getting sales, increase it by 5%. Love it. Do it. No harm, no foul. Lots of creative testing is important, especially at the beginning. Over time, it becomes less important to become stable to work with. I appreciate that. I would say once you get 20 to 30 ads that work, each an additional ad you do on average will get less and less return. I would say if you are trying to run 20 or 30 ads, you've completely missed the plot. But again, guaranteed PPC is PPC. Facebook is not pay-per-click. Facebook is an optimized CPM environment, completely different machine. So this is a baker telling a mechanic how to do their job. Just need the confirmation with the winner's ad 7322. Oh, we already did all this stuff last week. Okay, I'm just going to go through and here we go. Boom. Oh man, this one was fun. Okay, there we go. We're 10 months ago. All right, so we've kind of hit all this stuff. Look at that. Look at that. Well, I only launched one video this week, so less videos, less comments. Anyway, I do want to show you guys a couple of things. I want to tell you what's coming up on the docket here. Okay, so while we're doing this, we're just going to open up Disruptor Academy, and we can do this. Boom, plans. This is the premium. This is the VIP. Check it out. Now, I want to show you all or tell you all what's coming up for the next few videos on this channel. And if you have any suggestions, please drop them in the chat. And if you have any YouTube videos you would like me to review, please let me know. Drop them in the comment section. Now, looking at my list, that's the Jeremy Haynes video. Okay. We have a creative testing strategy video coming out, which I think that one is the one we just did. Yeah, that's the one we just did. Okay. So we have a best campaign setup video, which I'm very excited about. Yeah, Michelle, my accountant, I can't talk to you right now. So we have a best campaign setup style video, which is coming out very soon. We have a 322 and Olympic rings, so a creative strategy video coming out very soon. We have a video on AI and the best tools to use for your Facebook ads, where I'm going to walk through the 5 tools that I love using and show you how to use them. Some of them I've built. Some of them are ones that I use from other folks. Almost all of them are going to be free, so check that out. And we've got some reaction videos coming soon. I've got a Ben Heath video that I want to do. I might do one more Sam Piliero, but I feel like that's beating a dead horse. But I want to try to get into some other folks. So I think we've got a Ben Heath. We have a Fraser Crochell. We've got a Daniel Fazio. I don't know what that video is, but I need to talk about him. And if there's anybody else you'd like me to cover, I'm going to do that as well. Plus, we have at least one, if not several, interviews coming out soon. Ones where people are interviewing me, and ones where I'm interviewing other folks and their success stories in the academy with Disruptor tools, the MBA program, a lot of fun stuff. And so anyway, if you have any requests for what you'd like to see on this channel, please let me know. And with that being said, I'm going to let y'all go and take care. And until next time, I'll see you on the internet. Bye.